Nobody wins when the family feels.
This coming June will be 19 years.
19 years. And no one thought we would make it 19 years. They probably didn't think we would make it 19 days.
I didn't think we would make it 19 days at first. After the wedding, it was rough.
We tell people we've been happily married for 11 years together, because it's so important how everything could blend together and just become a big blur. And you need that time to pour into your spouse, for your spouse to pour into you, and even an opportunity just for you to celebrate, love on, and appreciate each other. So it's an opportunity to minister to each other. What would you say?
Well, I would say like this. I like the way you use the word blur. You have to be able to separate your bride from God's bride.
That's a good answer.
And the Lord is going to take care of his. So I like it when back then it takes care of his.
I takes care of mine. I takes care of mine. With the help of the Holy Ghost.
Amen.
Breaking news on your news leader at 4 today. We're learning more about what may have happened to a well-known pastor who died in the streets of Memphis early this morning.
It was involving a female shooting male who was constantly approaching her in an aggressive manner.
You know what they say, fam. What's done in the dark always come to the light. Fam, today we're going to Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee, where reports that a popular pastor was shot and killed outside a South Memphis bar, and apparently a woman was arrested. But I want to start this video off a little different. Look at this mugshot. Now, this is the mugshot of the woman who admitted to pulling the trigger, who we'll later identify in the story. But check out this grin. If we read facial expressions, what would that facial expression say to you? Now, I probably know what you're thinking, but hold that thought. This pastor is married, and that's not his wife. And according to people close to the situation, this woman was just fed up. Today we go over this story, disclose all public details, pay our respects to the pastor, talk about his career, where he preached at, and also briefly about his family, at least what's being presented to the public. So before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I won't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it. It's important to know that none of us is perfect. None of us is above the next person. Fam, meet Pastor Ricky Floyd. And this is his wife, Sheila Floyd. She's the co-pastor. He's the pastor of Pursuit of God Transformation Center in Memphis, Tennessee. They also the co-founder and vice president of Salvation Revelation Ministries Incorporation, a 501c3 not-for-profit outreach ministry. They were an 11th family who gave back to the community in different ways for decades. They were and still are a staple to the community. 12 years ago, they did a rare interview talking about some of the things they did for the community, like hosting workshops for teen pregnancy and different outlets they provided for the youth. And they briefly talked about during that time they had over 100 participants, largely from an ex-gang member who found Jesus while he was incarcerated and managed to get over 70 youth to sign up alongside the help of his mother. Shout out to her. Check out the clip.
Registration starts at 8, it's over at 5, but it's a one-stop shop.
One-stop shop. So Pursuit of God Church, and we're talking about the Single Parents Conference that they have going on July 21st. So joining us now is their youth outreach minister, and that's Ms. Phoenicia.
Well, planning for our future, we'll do some talks about college and preparing for that. For our younger kids, we'll do some talks about getting ready to enter high school, in the upcoming school year. So we have a big day planned for them.
Yeah, and this part of the conference actually starts Friday. At what time Friday it starts?
It starts on Friday at 5:30, so we'll go from 5:30 to 9 p.m. and then we'll reconvene on Saturday morning from 9 to 12:30. Because we've partnered with Labana Healthcare on this, and it's a 6-hour curriculum, so we want them to get the full 6 hours, not 3, not 5, 15. We want them to get the full 6-hour experience because it's very important and very helpful for them.
Yeah, and because of the partnership with Labana that we have with Labana, we're able to give each one of the children that participate in this, we're able to give them a $20 gift certificate and also 2 passes to the movie. So we're gonna pay you to let us teach you
See,
how to
I
not
was
get
asking
pregnant.
that in my mind, like, well, how in the world are you able to get 130-some kids to a conference on a weekend?
Loretta, this is an interesting thing. We have a young man that just joined our ministry that is a former gang member of one of the most notorious gangs in this city. While in prison, he found Jesus for real, and a lot of times people let him go when they get out of prison. He kept the Jesus that he found in prison, and this young man has registered, how many, Venetia?
He's registered 70.
70.
So a former gang member, call his name out. Now we want to get into trouble.
Yeah.
But anyway, a former gang member has led 70 young people to register for a conference to be taught about abstinence to avoid teen pregnancy.